FM Accra. Now share pages in the buying. Like a page, you know. Na bombarding na commenting. If you have any birthday wish, be part of bombarding na fafa your Facebook wall, your veggie bread, ne ya kenkan edi amount. Ebium SOMPA 106.5 FM Accra. SOMPA 106.5 FM Accra. So wherever you are, we want to say good afternoon and welcome you to For God and Country. And also remember, this show proudly is live on SOMPA 106.1 FM. Fetchman. Again, live on SOMPA 101.1 FM. Ewo Takwa. And as I say, we are also around the globe. It's everywhere. On YouTube. Bombarding Pa is here on SOMPA 106.5 FM live. So on behalf of the team, Patrick, Jeremiah, Sarfo Kantanga, and my good brother, executive producer Bright, we want to say a big welcome and a kwaba to today's edition of the show. Today, what are we going to be looking at? Lots of stories to get deep into. The 10 DC candidates, Kwabri East MP reports headmaster to police. The member of parliament for Kwabri East, Onyina Champon Kwesi Jenfi, has taken a strong stance against the reported detention of two basic education certificate examination candidates by the headmaster of their school. The incidents occurred at the Big Six Educational Complex in Meduma, a private institution within the Kwabri East municipality, where the students were allegedly locked in a classroom on Monday, preventing them from participating in their first exams. MPO Kwabri East. Onyina Champon Kwesi Jenfi adia de boafu ye pa sabra me okase wa report headmaster to the authorities. As far as this issue is concerned, it is goda bia da obochiro BC wo first day obo akochiro do adia nkola no begidi biso mo ye niamo ho bi na de mo wo ye no anso school mpanyifo eni na mo modern locky nkoda mienu bi na wo locky omo no Kwabri East MP enya adia na ni je ho Baba modern na yenena kasa ni ebisa ne so asami sabre ehina kwakosi Bute chairs NPP neck meeting as in team takes medical leave. Dankwa Smith Bute, the first vice chairman of the New Patriotic Party, is currently leading a crucial national executive committee meeting in the absence of the party's national chairman Stephen Ayensu Ntim. This follows a formal letter from Mr. Ntim family to the party's Council of Elders requesting that the national chairman be temporarily excused from official duties due to medical reasons. Okay, so in some ways, so no about the yes, we are can. MPP amanyoku Osuno Kokroko na asemo ababeto dwase omo party chairman Sabra Menomukase abusuafo ade ababeto dwase enya de a ne ho fa no ho dodo no pa ntino be some leave from office. And as we speak now, no, one more meeting change Alisa Hotel. Now meeting you want to check the first national vice chairman of the party. Your friend Dankwa Smith Bute one more NHA meeting. Now meeting there for them and come up here to John, come on about to John and say, a bit more, and I say I can do 4 bit more the New Patriotic Party more HSA. The national primaries, and also one more party, primaries for selecting the presidential candidate to represent the party. What says our primaries, Eddie can bar and sana. Go to elections. I'm call elections. You or national executive members, but they are torn between these two. People say, young executive members now sana. So that is what they are discussing. But the above morning day. Na ya boy ra wamu efidue mu na said en komodo koro na ye di ye mfa nkame ye netiefu a wamu etie SOMPA 106.5 FM ye baba modern pa so ne ya de nya kire aye tachiman asemo esi ho nra ye say di MC ho ada say mayor ho aye party fu akoto agu no so abro do pasa aye honorable Ajay Mensa aye the mayor for Tachiman Metro. You see, this is for be pa Obako Twegu, so I brought the passer. Menemuka say, Minim Sempin for some morning. Sabre Onam Kwan, so I walk back and cry her. But the other pa, Yana the Becca said, I was SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country. And there are also other issues. And there, you have a review. And maybe I'll be out of the Akacho, say, ha, ayo fie, waba, yaba atrase. Da Bobodin say, you realize the two man, come on, baby, you are hedged. Also, my friend, I do a drinker, I'm a boy, you may do 0260 196064 0260 196065. When the lines are, you be to Mawa. Also, Benya Quenya now, Udi Ding Como. Nemo, Sa Upasa, Uni Ding Como, changes, Uswa. Bombarding Nafafa and your Facebook, FMI. Would you comment ya or what? Ya better bread na ya can Eddie Amau. And then I my dog will be birthday. Hey, I don't know if I say my dog will be birthday. Who show me the mastery? That be one I didn't say my dog will be birthday. Now who show me the mastery? Oh, I am a yes out. We yes are now it's here for reading meanings into this. But I read him. I'm a yes. Oh, I don't know about sir. Oh, Debbie, that's a demo hearing yet. Me pacho ene ayo birthday Nanama UK Sabre Medebisa Ushen Ewo Facebook Nanama Uyo UK. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. We wish you long life, good health, prosperity, and above all our best wishes emanating from SOMPA 106.5 FM. And baby, I will be out of Naba Sabre, but himself picture at the SOMPA your Facebook wall for God and country. Jubedi Swa was also Oshe, New Bibia Oshe. Until once again, Nanama, which are crying Ewo UK. Everybody one now what a chiman, but today it's your birthday. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Me pato I me hear me dim so nim na me hear me dim. I say, boy, I betra, you ma betra, o hwe me dim. You ma right to say.
Pato Prof Nanama ni fu name de.
Me dey be any more. If you have interest, yeah more. The I say we person say we nya interest.
Because say dey okay ka kono.
Me ye didi awura unana ma bi bo ara.
Debbie Prof Debbie.
But say dey o ka chem say dey make ka kono dey. Make say me ye didi awura unana bi.
Prof so interest. Prof I me your confirmation.
Charlie. Hey Ima. Sami ka yo, senior sami ka kira o. Senior sami ka kira. Senior ma en kwata chima ne en kwahwe dey o why. Na ye ntinite ye from mosquito da ombo enko. Na me yo a NDC fo abro do ho dey. Ayade ado wo se pa. Hey. Ayade ado wo se pa. Intiro ye bomodin se si ade akwa ahoma no so da ye ne abema ye mosquito edi nkomo. Oye NDC Nimbapa Communications Tachiman South constituency. Ye ko na ye ni na kwako di nkomo na say the commodity what the AVRAM because MC and Metropolitan Chief Executive or Tachiman on one kasa di party for etu agudu so amobro ne de asabwe mentiasie. But the bit I am picking over here is that it is between him and then the failed parliamentary candidate for Tachiman South constituency, Christopher Bayre. That is the intelligence I am picking. But we are trying to see what actually the case is. Tachiman right here. Mosquito, former communications officer for the NDC, Tachiman South constituency. We are calling you. Make your phone available so we can speak to this particular issue right here on SOMPA 106.5 FM. So we have told you we are live on Facebook. But more than that, on Facebook is here. Like our page, comment on our page, share the pages for us. And again, we also want to tell you that you're live on YouTube. Uko YouTube suswa ubehu yang ewo. So more than part I say uko ho dubujira ubeja SOMPA 106.5 FM. And today, your mom say, Yan Sabaka, mosquito, na yene no edin komo from eye Techiman na wachire ngadekude ntia entokwa no AC ewo Techiman. So that's what it is. So stay right here. But Patrick, let's say
Prof nyame adum.
Now say that nako.
Ejane de adum na san adum yebiem de nache ya.
Sa
asidan kwa na de ma erade. Ose sade tro na se moja du mo fusa na bibia eye intact. You have to come to the realization that it is a privilege and not a right. Yes. So all that you have to do is to go before your knees and thank God.
Thank God. Thank God. I just want to thank God. But thank God. Now we are the thank God. What do you hear?
Yes, I could have your opinion.
And I catch him say, see that bright and I who's on the way.
That means you announce your senior bright. Senior doing senior. Senior doing senior.
AVRAM Ben MOSHE. AVRAM. That patcho only you throw your my young way that you know where we is here. But my okay, but from common to Johnny and Quay.
Yeah. Prof, you might hear from you. And then so, a dine, media dominia, the Diasida, Emmanuel. Now, you who say, now saying fuel prices, no, a drop it, any gism. But as a kind who say, Iran is Israel token in a way is affecting us, it's going to affect us if the fight still continues. So, and Tokani toss court anymore, a bit affecting in a way. In a sense, baby, a Maya who rodium crude oil efa or more oil fan. I fraud the Strait of Hormuz. A hot air, baby, sure, and our crude oil most often a honor and namno. Iran force omubetum. Now omutuma is as well by a son of any Africa sono anoding. But Ansanano, Yabako the Strait of Hormuz, at Abia Etre. Now, I got the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow maritime choke point via a war between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. It's approximately 33 kilometers, which is 21 meters wide at the narrowest point. The narrowest point, a whole 33 kilometers, which is 21 meters, 21 miles. Yeah. Now, we are seeing around 20 to 21 million barrels of oil per day. And the fat straight accounting for about 20% of global oil consumption. 20 to 21 million barrels of oil. A particular Strait of Hormuz contributed to 20% of global oil consumption. And a major oil exporters are used to Strait limited Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, the UAE, United Arab Emirates, and Qatar. Omunyina at the Omoyo, Mkru Audio, and the Faho Emma Ebisu Yanswayo Asia. Now, key important by this particular area, that's the Strait of Hormuz, China so can India can Japan can the EU, and many African nations, either directly or via global prices impact. It is a Strait of Hormuz, and crude oil mostly efa edeba. Very important thing China importing almost half of their crude oil from countries in the Gulf region. It's UAE, Qatar, Oman, na China almost half of crude oil mostly and Japan is 95 of its crude oil free Middle East also. South Korea 71% the crude oil and enam na yanka say sa amani ense ya me boy China, Japan and South Korea omo cars, omo fridges, omo electrical goods and so almost sending them back to the Gulf through the Strait of Hormuz. And so omo nyama bi omo so produce to say China, omo fridges ni omo cars ni omo nyama bi omo produce no. Sa Strait of Gulf Strait of Hormuz and na enam mo so edi omo nyama ko to the Gulf regions. And also, now,
SOMPA FM.
Ka ade ho asem nyina ne sem. Ye hwe ekwan sa Gulf, sorry, the Strait of Hormuz no, say Iran focus on betuma impact benya wo Africa so no. And no and we ye pese ye di ho nkomo. Now indirectly no, indirectly oil import defense. And to say many African countries are what Africa han, they do not import directly from the Gulf. Almost imported oil no straight from the Gulf, but rather they rely on global oil markets. Mostly African for no they oil nifa. Now disruption in the strait causes global oil prices to spike, affecting import bills, inflation, and energy security in Africa. And also now direct import and some African nations, particularly in East and North Africa, which is Kenya, Egypt, Ethiopia, import refined petroleum products or crude oil from the Middle East. And also asema share na can because the Iran forecast and many that Strait of Hormuz betuma affecting in a way say crude oil nibia mostly and nam at the far Africa has now impact benya African economy is the same. A country to say Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, Senegal. Effect benya a yet visible cry the pump the price increase of fuel. The fuel never cost so far. And after rising transport and food costs. And also,
that's the price of fuel. Cascading effect. Yes. So that's what it is.
And the currency depreciation. They say, see the dollar no depreciating now. One appreciating and also bear effect.
All right. Okay.
Africa.
Nasi. Right. What's the name?
Abochie.
Yes. I think.
What's your bottle?
Una be born tofa. Wow, baby, that's a una be born tofa. And then we are there. I'm here. I'm so.
Epo da Iran no. Epo da Iran no. Sarfo no. Sarfo dey ship dia faso. Ghana for epo da Ghana no. Tugo for.
SOMPA FM.
If you be in the faso, if you travel in the faso. Now, are you hono? Iran a bread da hono. Petrol to no. Iran a product hono. Petrol to no Saudi, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar. It is said, Sa go for no you two petrol per bar. We African Europe. A honey and nam. It is ship a coffer petrol free Saudi Arabia, free Kuwait, free Oman. Every Dubai on nam. It's a round for cassette. A puna dahano, yes, kwan. Ye my ship be free Kuwait or man Saudi Ma. Ye nyapa to Africa. Ye nyapa to Europe. And I say, and no ma ye no Asia, ever Africa, any Europe no. Iran for Sikwanya, Emma. 18 Osha, Sound Tokowe, Obama, America President, British President. Omunya kase Iran for the BSC no transfer game. Because Iran for quote apart from Tokona Masters and Normano, Ombese see omo puno besi kwai. Enti petrol we ase petrol kuta we ase. Enti petrol to every Saudi Arabia, China.
It is not petrol. Crude oil.
Me kase na tie for beti ase.
There be. You kase crude oil fango. Kase fango. But oka petrol, you are being specific. Anti kind of fango. Maybe kind of fango. Anti kind of fango.
You presented product in your.
Oh, there be. No, please.
And yes, please. Cratch for
mutis. Cratch for tier radio.
Tier for
there be. Hey, Ben Kasa. Say because of social media. No, because of social media these days.
All you do don't free go for bano. A fat Iran for assas episode. It's a Iran for Sikwanya. Ninyama. It is any yesterday. Santoko Kusi. Apart from say Mukrono. Ebema area society. Yenya petrol. Emu ekemu. Yenya petrol. Emu machine. Ibi bia bese. It about say straight for almost no cano. Also Chim say a poor that Iran.
Yeah.
Sapono. Say Ralph for Sikwana.
Petro ni
Emma.
That's a senior chief producer, a producer. No, for the first time, he's on the screen. So that's senior bride for you. Okay, so SOMPA 106.5 FM. Now, me watch about it. Where
in conclusion.
Okay.
Assembly
Empire
near both Israel and Iran talk on air cosono. AC na Israel decision I'm making some better apunumno omonyanto na fuel crude oil ese ba Africa ni nyina yenyabi na ma fuel prices na so ekofom no yet menya ne kama ama dwumade ni nyema bi ayeye no akoso kama entina ne de besum etiefo awie no abochi prof ubesuma maye na etiefo so atras.
All right. Okay. So say I ko di nkobo bi. Yabako tachiman na yakwa ko di nkobo bi. Na ba me hwe yenya the head of communication ewa amado so ena yesenya abrante ba ko bi so ono so ewa amado so live here on SOMPA 106.5 FM. Okay, Honorable James and our property saying.
Hello,
Baluka Jina Suma me why? Mayor Abakore. Good. Now, in tears, I can say. Now, no, I'm going to be office where I'm bro, I will touch him and ho. Now, they're almost in the wire dang. Nanu yenyarin chiasa NDC phobia ba office wo abe bro na ye bisa se bu na mo be bo no na wo mo se why wo mo den
ama be meso na mo miti na omo me sande
SOMPA FM. Honorable Mesra, we line mu nye clear ho. Enti ye besa frobio. Ma me ni Hassan Baluka ndi nkobo. Hassan na ti say.
Me ho yo me nya tu.
Boko de.
Boko na uncho.
Ye ho ye pa. Ba Tachiman ti say.
Yo nyame adom boni bi ani.
Ye de nyame ase se boni bi anim. Na wanya ntie se aye ye mayor o Tachimana. Aye NDC phobia akwa akobo no.
Minia my teacher the Ukaya, and I mean, you teach my intino. Which in the radio should say the Ukaya, Fena, person me consultation.
And the assembly see who nim Moshe.
Meeting on news and running. And it's a national Ukai. Not may have come to do the Chima, not my music now.
Na uso utie ni wo news no na den na no muka e wo news no mo.
Oh, let me see and say NDC mabunu bi. Ya back SOMPA.
Ya see and say NDC mabunu bi akọ eye mayor so.
Yeah. Na after report me tire no. I would just say omo anya pampa kwa mo de no fa so anya pampa ntino mi background no dey see ya omoko ho mi omutina me no se me do to chima na ba e mi me.
Hey, but Hassani, you are in charge of communication, Tachiman South constituency, NDC Antisana. Na asabu we si nura enti wentimi ampemu nchiremu afede na nkwa kodu won wa pench emu nchiremu.
ABOCHIE. Depending, Mr. Over friend Giano. Obi be our friend on the side of the story. If you can say, also, was over. Now, what's actually? But also, what you say. Because,
one more from what up me bow. One more from they've given you their side of the story. Story ben omodima.
A different group no bi so omo ko ho na ko mu ko bisa na sem omo amono. The vision so omo bo no. Nti mi me de hu. Na se me ho a ka mi ni pa bi nu wan ka mi me ko to mo. Omo be pa mu aka no kra kire mi so what you say. Ni pa ni bi so omo ko ho na mum. Omo amono man omo fa bufuo na ko e. But in this case no the same friend for omo so say omo te say on Yakobo omo. On say conflicting reports. Me pese me anya asem no me ti asem na si yansana me ti me comment ya na ma comment
Hasa baluka my infancy I mean so do tachima na say den commodity bia no o den commodity be boyen e wo SOMPA 106.5 FM won kran ha
yo me so me da so pa ye che wati fo ne obi bia o ne obo bia
etie fo eje so ye da say Hasa baluka na te say ye no edi komono ye be bomodin na ye ni mayor na nkasa edi komo ye di kan friend but na line no na emu enda ho ye but ye ko na ye ni mayor no edi enkomo sisia e wo SOMPA 106.5 FM mayor na apom ti say
Abrabochi
yes apom ti say
boko na so
mosquito ni ana
bachan
mosquito former communications officer Tachima South constituency na mosquito na enu ade na si e wo Tachima wa bra ye si mbebu no bi ko mayor officer wo mkoto share no so yi
mayor special aid to mayor
we are special aid to mayor ye beda ase
former na dey my year no 60 years
it is a say do una we the special aid to the mayor honorable Headmaster. Okay, good. No ade na si office o.
No Pabna onje ta enkomo we na ya ni pese e kano abonten aye pese na system that the dru no dru bunani aye say you know me na e kambom na e teacher o my Ghana this is not the first time, this is not the second time, this is not the third time, this is the fourth time on my SRDM. Not just ADM any damo and any father over SRDM. All which you if you remember Adiabachi Amayabo honorable Headmaster study and branch here almost NDC for beginning ekotna the DA press conference almost all candidate na ma onomo de His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the candidate bi omo de be bia no onomo de omo njemintum oye mayor and now a municipal chief executive and then we have videos effect to that where onomo ekaka ansami ntiye nim say usual party comments and other party ideas are no we call a corner say free of Nubakuma a Kuya and say the other man on the Yerino a Cocotanachi in a Cotanachi near a Pampa a Pasua and here His Excellency John Mani Mahama a Diano a Wikime and Yaso and Faso my way there and some for yes Kamia said Oshe yebo yewura kokote mensating Friday and according to Mpenifo Ayen Shesheye Lama Monday Yakoko confirm on 100%. It means say amount for now they are eager to meet whoever this Excellency John Dramani Mahama it's say John Dramani Mahama eba so ba be Ghana here na me our unity was ready, the assembly members was ready, everybody ready say on the Ginatum and indeed they confirmed him with 100%. Now if free sadano everything mayor meno cafe a municipal chief executive and metropolitan chief executive yenya asumdwe and say And I'm sure my boy Mutrimupo. So I'm the end my bonnet. At your cook a year, no, you're not anymore. Now, on my end, you be a 37 and Fata. Now, Edia and Penin for a washer on I can say, Edia Penina, you didn't pure Kunano. When to me and control the affairs, when to me, you say, I'm not do Kunim and Tianco. But that is their mind. On my second himself, calculated one, I'm the so much you. And you know, any issue here, no, they try say, on number back. Now, on my baby, go assembly, what be you're going to Pabla, who don't even take my car. Take my no bread now. So, the first assembly on me. And man to me, a rider or motorbikes. Or mobile, a good name, a name, or more say, even chief, and the staff, every meeting, these guys will enter the room. No more correction, no more trekking, no more no or no more.
But mosquito, come on, and I sent Tia and Sakawa Hana say, I am 1 year, yes, Sado. I am 1 year now, Womudi, the parliamentary candidate for 30 months 2024 elections, Honorable Christopher Bayrechi.
Obia all cancers and mediano. It's nice out only to put na with the Bayrechi. Obia including again Manson and there were the Metropolitan Chief Executive no dear Bayrechi, our mayor campaign or Tenekamu. But on party there, there were there or you were downful, I won in a num. There were there or you were collar, I won in a num. But if the party comes together, say this our leader. All of us, we have to go behind, we have to ride behind that person. Maybe my more. And this as someone can say, we know me a fire and for, we know me a wing for now. Party, no NDC no. A minister, but a nipper, and a day or more, person would be born or more could you are no more for back. Say, no Hanum, no way cheap, no way camp, may say. But all your NDC now. NDC money na no eye baako nti kwabla aso ameka ne say ono mo be yes said nyamra nsem no omunna they are mature people, some of them for our yere a omo wo ma omo hwe wo mo nti no say wo te hono mo say wo ba be di answer munu na wo say wo ye tanidi akola wo ye because me ono bo je mensa en soma be say me ko di answer mfu we say be brother oh, my men yes, and to yes, I didn't be a woo with this kitchen. I would take you, and none of the year, but not to Mebo, and what dear see what honor, ye besides say, a ye dear and num so many see. And not I made you more about the kitchen. Oh, say, get your time, young man, of course, in Nanape, or my boy looking for say, oh, mamma, a young mayor. The Jumadia Woodino, Onya smooth place and find them a Juma. And any issue be on measure on the other hand. I didn't know issue when I sorry our mobile. First one, my mentor, the first one. It's actually don't remind Mahama a back to Chima, Abbey Feed Ghana program. So, who say a man can be completed with their placards. Oh, program, nothing to distract the program now. I had these guys. And a quiet guys, maybe Nimo, guys, Bemwa. Abu, I'm a friend Abu Bakar, Amiao, Dona Freno, Abu Mugabi. The Baku, your friend, Idrisu, Nasiru, I a friend Dan Laden, Baku, or your friend Azizu, Chinchinga, Baku, your friend Abdullah Adam, I'm a friend of war. Baku, or your friend. Jack Omodosu minimum na so him say we are being this na wouldn't say assembly na kakra minim say assembly no person mo ye the party assembly anka we see here no na ka ba post for make police report on the kasa wo form yeah on the me no kasa na me kasa no yeah o kasa na no form no police I if anything regional CID. Okay. And I'm also here. I mean, okay. Anything on the Qatar concern because easy. It's not easy to weapons. You are coming to visit your MC, and then you are carrying a weapons to the extent say, oh, your friends are oh, on second, person. So would be you are now the bad heading. And it's a money on a course or no. Me, I will not sit down. Me, NBC Mapa, and I know that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and so far and even Onoma Omuti. Now His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Tiakonasono, or Bayano, or this half for now, it would be, you know, only to go your much of my form, they prosecute you. Meaning, say, National Chairman, a Johnson, a Sigun Katia, and so far some way so because party no is governed by rules and regulations are our party no idea Juma. And you know, some of the material per se, Mama Mayono, and Yena Juma, Mama Nessa, there, Kobla, Techimai, okay, Nina Techima Media. It's actually John Dramani Mama, Techima, don't come 54 kilometers. Ring road, I be quite there for Techima Minina. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama at the Technical University, my BSc curriculum. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Yan said, the best market way, Amana Secretary market. All our community rules in Nano. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, yes, the big push our deba no Yabuma. That's a war.
Because we said assembly now, Meboa.
Men are more also no.
One more bull.
For the idea to know. Men are million kids. Men on the two, but the straight woman need money now. On them, I need to know already know. Anybody you need to know. Anyone say we do it with your eyes. But these guys actually young couple when you took a spray at the woman.
Wow.
And to those things now or more you know. Because how come say no office, chief as mom said, men call the American, no office I call deliver message. Now I can't tell me say I should go out.
Maybe time what would the pepper spray no go in, you know. Not mayor were here.
No inside or in the city so. No, they have gang apples. And Nipper 15. And I may come out of you. And Nipper 15, I may almost come out of me. Because almost to the boom so. Almost to the boom so. Because I don't know the because we knew at them on. Now almost pointed fingers, almost tracking mail. I want to see me so. Or no, so no. So I wouldn't say the agreements are CDPF. And you know what the city will and I'm going to more chatting. To me, we have one and I have got Jomo Mugabe. Or see a friend of Jomo Mugabe, of which Mugabe or didn't be Antonio Sono will not act on this way.
Okay. Mosquito.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The young name for incompetency. But the assembly would be following. Near Shet baby up. Assembly.
By the Omoka chat one and say, Uchi.
Yoba.
The Omoka chat to a mama taking this matter serious. Taking this matter serious and say, Omo say, so Muku Nipakurana, police in Omo.
Omukasa.
Yes. It's a serious issue.
Wamukum Nipakra. Police and Timinyo Moshe.
And Timinyo Moshe.
Now, see, I'm going to report here. I'm see, I'm going to report to you. I pause for taking action, and because another day, the TNFA, another is there around 12:30 to 1 more. And in by I'm betting medical form and the call hospital, the call the doctor, any honor. And in the Pianica Cram and the buy, and the buyer or the nano, we not the answer. I couldn't come back to write my statement. And a power so a year ring road, you know, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Ediabano. Some of the landowners and the farmers, you know, are agitated on the ring road nearby, you know. And the mayor say, you call Eco Capachere,
ɛyɛ continue so bominitadeɛ so ɛhɔ na ɛkwan no ɛhyɛ aseɛ
all right
nti no chief ka kyerɛ me ma me kɔyɛ saa adwuma no ɛwɔ hɔ no mo wit deɛ ɔma yɛ me nyinaa o I have to there is a
mosquito best say heading in common besi but who there omuta bro pa o
minim dem ayen so
we omubo pa this is about the fourth time I have bo ewo techiman efa NDC party
oma dwene se omo pam obi afri party no now omo own party no those guys and so I'm telling you on the fact say kobla bo ti krom hai when them kwanye fa so a party why is we on mobile party omo 5 years of party and omo this type of party I'm telling you they don't know anything about the party.
Let's leave it here but we'll be following the story so bibia be sibiaro so we ba pasa money and becha you can give us a notice
for you to support the mayor now be here jumano mo sorry coca now they are very good to coca mo hanesa
mosquito I say this is the aid that we just spoke to is the aid of the Metropolitan Chief Executive for Techiman Metro and I say you know AD and Komodo Yenia Beba, dear friend, I'm mosquito. I brought jump down, bro, the papa. Obo the papa. Baby, God, Namima. Hey, we knew idea what bro, NDC Mupao, Ivan Samo. His Excellency, any Chief of Staff, the player try a catch the move. Ivan Samo, what bro, MPP. Hey, NDC mo. What brewa NDC mo pa. And up to now, appointment be a nyama, a young corner, Nakache. I dare have drink. Because if I support here, pa, way back, the shadow TV so, radio so, baby, or Kasama party. And then, yes, I will go school, bang. Not your my appointment. Chief of Staff, where they have got to do good form. Oraculous Debra Sabine from yes, Ramo. Yet you bear my Ivan Samo, won't pay the beef and say, ah, oh, my bread party, Musa, that NDC for my baby, Mama Casabamo, no more you, Mama. Evans, obey you, what? Obey you, that point to say.
Yamiandum,
Bibi Abochie.
Yamiandum, say, Alicia by Papa.
There's a bit of much now.
Change
Yan Cassan, why you
Chief of Staff for the Bugidi,
sir,
or baby be a found. Your Coswas Reno, or you're very calm person, you need an name say. Obeboma BBI fine. I mean, fine Chiansuma, yeah, me chairman, Asha Chanura Johnson, a seeding Katia.
Yeah,
I will do my pa, or yeah, was some party, or was some Ghana. Of a tasse, I was Bobby or high the bona, yam fam more papano. You were seeding Katia Michiao, nay, Unuma power.
And I say, Ima, that is agent lecturer. UPSC. Now UPSC what to say?
Prof Namiado me hoboko.
Bibi I come on here.
Namiado bibi aka.
Ede nyamia say. Ye dem say amasama bruni. Onam kwanso oba. So uni amasama bruni.
Me patwa. Ye share her 2 times.
I share her 2 times so amasama bruni. Now ima udi say na woni yen water chiman.
Yes, Prof.
Esabo esisi no what dey chire.
Mafulu kakra. But this one of assault na dey afei na mete.
Afei na out yo.
But media ni say wo hu. Enya me nwanwa na ye me ya.
Enya nwanwa.
O David.
But enya we ya.
Yes. Minim say e bia on one day ye be pedre na ya ka techima ensem no. Said the tie ni said the was ye ka no. Unze nipa ya onene kasa sisi a ode na no bisi o ka se nkofo no ka se sebi omukum nipa kra soja fo ntimi nya omohwe.
Amaka.
Se no kra se omoka sa na no so anya me nwanwa so mbeka sa. The question was bisa ne say ehifa no munya sa akokodro ni free. Because I'm sure say any player obobo omudi ye and ye the same people are ye to abawi 2024 omunya akokodro Echo police command I think regional
divisional police command
Echo say niema ye show omenimo yes no mo say mask but omo ye party for ntino
up to now
ya na omo hwe
ya nya omo hwe
ti say ne omo ba wo so be bo office esan catch us o betimi eku aye nya omo hwe a niema mienu wase ni kutupa ama na ye bida enti onim say oka wa wuntimi nka no because ye tosu mienu oka na ono so betimi reveal secret and this is a lesson for me to amanyofo both MPP and NDC kamia say sa patapa asem no yenko han nipa no mo nko bro bi ne nya obi who say we use in 2024 election and you see me free techiman born and bred me mama techimani me papa techimani me go school techiman secondary school in fact me free techiman for the first time I was 20 years na fe na me go university so e ho ne ya wo me ya teteme sa ya to aba wi a basa ye prof ubedi adanse say 2020 na start here
make I
and it was because there's a particular candidate I are presenting
Honorable Christopher Bayere
and the narrative behind because of politics both sides MPP NDC yet it man all of a sudden you use a sa abunufo and I said I'm afraid
sure
and sa same way by the young can said there was a canon and ye dey na fifa so oh ye go nipa nine oh ye say near ye ho politics but the amanfrafo sem abi we techiman amanyo semu obi anka mo hwe and ye didi mu a call 2024 election
yeah
and ebinum feel say ye ya abunofo oh ye nya abunofo so ye do so gidi the question is nipa na ye koto no so aba no ni timu po ene den emetechiman man
sure
e den na waye pen emetechiman man e den na obetumi aye amatechiman man but yanhwe sa ade no obi obeti otie mi bia onim techiman na onim no kra ewo mu no the 2024 parliamentary election in Techiman was more like an ethnic census.
Yeah.
Yankoto aba for parliament here between abunofo ne sebe omo nya abunofo omo ye friend ne say amanfrafo eno hwan ne doso. That was what we did in 2024. Na ye wie na ebinimo bonyo so no. I wouldn't want to say sanctioned by omo party microphone. But party microphone tina asehwe amanfo no ekoye sa in the name of the party. Ni ese opanyina wotena fie ma nkra eri
SOMPA FM
yebu na nkanwefo a oka ho bi and omukọ ya na no say niema wo police station any EC office na omo hye niema asete omo ditu aduro ni ade a na omo showcase ni sa no at that time na ye party fe na na ye didiwa so na se mi nuanum techimanfo ne amanyofo e wo techiman no se sana ye kato ho no se yampe ho asem anka na yanso ano ene mprempren ya minim ye besi wo techiman 2028
but I say Emmanuel Evans where you mo party mu nsamo de omo ya techiman de ano ten
ma menka bibi mfania e course wo techima na se nkrofo a eye sa de bi temeni a pese wo tia se party engineer e course no entu yenje internal hurasem se party ni be sorry e de wonsa ke sinimpa party mpanifo ene party leadership are selecting say omegina party na name wo techima ho wo de wonsa be kano watomra have breached the NDC constitution na mpanifo ene obedi sene amra ne we party ba na nkyere se ya appoint obi no me se na me no obi na pre enye obi kwa na me ne pre na me pre position panifo pa na ne di menu national chairman panifo pa na pre mami
wow
papa no tu kan bae no obi di obi akehye ho enye obi o ye adwuma ma party nimpo enye obi o qualifications ni mi o enye obi a mesinipe ono kra sinipeni o call retirement wanye hwe ama party no
ubade ne wo so wanye hwe ama party ne bia na ne bia na ne kotokuom kasa
ne kotokuom kra nkasa
uye de na hu ya wo ne kotokuom
ne kotokuom nkasa ne nimdie nkasa na ho fama wa party nkasa enso nam obi nti
ana wanya sa position
so no wakenya position otewa odidi me amaso party makwa ha ne techi makwa tamele maso party no me na metie
so does that mean sir I was say wake up, you want to go up in
that
arms.
That is what I'm trying to
and
come
also
about.
go and vandalize whatever it is.
Penino di men me friend bonama no say ma bamba ye hu bibi. O say o chokasem say aye dia mami. And say me call my so Ghana gas specifically. Me call say call another party for about a leadership na edna call some section of leadership.
Yeah,
I'm aware say na ma mo so or the call. Now I will not blame her, and I will not blame Amabwa. Amabwa might not know much about our party. Inti obey to me, I and your inti. And say on waka na party for kono market yashan so na omo party. Mameno no. Your party me kase me sofo masoro penny ira frempon. CAC national chairman. Honestly, no di menima or press me sabeka sa position to the extent or di me kama national President Mahama and course. Kai say Western Council, American Council, the Midin Coin. Then Papa Nasamo once we sang Kakrakoswa some party be still be loyal to the party. And that is why I'm here this afternoon. But to say we crowd here, Papa ya in this also for a party ba.
Okay, so mami na me kwa amara so na me Dr. Jalilu Ateku, or a political science lecturer or Legon ending commerce here. Yanyare say MPP amajokodo sabra me mo kase wo mo meeting ewo Alisa Hotel. And then on the agenda no na ebi mo kase ankabe ya wo mo empower wo mo flag bearer ansa na mkwa koye wo mo national executive elections. But we in some way beto dwaro na e was ye call yenua bema Dr. Jalilu Ateku one political science lecturer our Legon na yankwaji ejremu dog yema kwa baba SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country.
Me and me also na mut say
yeah who ye pa na dog uzo ye
anya me adom who ye pa
ye da say ewie ye frawa ayenkomode MPP abajokuo do ye yare chese wo mo nhemu na ewo nhemudie na asem ebi mo chese ankabaya wo mo nko na mo nkoto wo mo flag bearer so aba ansa na mo ababeto election on of the national executives of the party. You being a political science lecturer, no? Which of the ways do you see Sankobuya and Kebebo Manyukuno?
Me that say me wa videos me nche wa tie from na say twi me say ranka pancho mo sanchen. Yes, I think a candidate selection and I said the ombe select omo presidential candidate before national executive election and I say the national executive elections so no ni na no ewo some advantages ewom but at a certain point in time no okay let me just speak about Abia. For the first time, we say almost selected almost candidate before national election, not to just even MPP broadly. Say parties as person almost selected on presidential candidate. The advantage is there now. One advantage is say so almost elected presidential candidate before national executive elections are a bit Myanmar candidate, you know. A bit Myanmar candidate, you know, and some kind of influence over the direction of the party, right? So the flag bearer also almost selecting to shape the party's message strategy, NBBR, and even the team now only or more ejima. Another aspect has to do with the fact that Omo selected presidential candidate earlier, before the national executive elections now. That party, a bit to me, I shall say, Omo campaign before national elections, the barometer said, Omo candidate. So unity ni nano, a bit to me, abua. And then sometimes there are some strategic appointments, some loyalty, right? So national executives, so Omo elected presidential candidate candidate some kind of loyalty, say Omo elected national executives now. So basically, and a bit to me so abua. A candidate, once candidate is known, let me attract funding, endorsement, support So ahead of say the answer the national executive and another election ankasa. So basically, some of these are some of the AE. On the other hand, say more selected national executives, national executives before presidential candidates noir. And also, a bit to me, one key thing is it means strengthen the internal democracy, any party institution. And no, make the candidate be any influence because of one elected presidential candidate. So answer on national executive election. So national executive election now, let's say there will be minimal influence from the flag bearer because they don't have a flag bearer yet. So it means that election on conduct, a bit to me actually the internal party democracy and the party institution. And also bit to me abua na reduce perception say the party is just like a vehicle for a single person, a single individual. So what you say because national executives will be elected before the presidential candidate. So it may reduce influence now. Presidential candidate should not have it on the party. And also to me, I insulated the structure, and the party structure from I say maybe elite culture. Some presidential candidates be next. To me, I have that overbearing influence on the national executive election. Now the question is, at what point Emma Ebia say the MPP are also on a meeting at the moment. Now the general you need to look at where the party is. Parties they have a very strong leadership style. So what you are saying? So those parties normally elected presidential candidate before the election challenges are very minimal. We share the NDC under Rollins and NDC under Mahama, which means that they have a very strong party, leadership style. So such a party, if someone elected presidential candidate before national executive challenges problems now are very minimal because of how on the other hand, the MPP has a very strong party structure. They have a very strong party structure, right? So basically, we share some differences. Now, at what point, party to me are elected, it is a presidential candidate and not parliamentary. One key thing is are there divisions in the party, right? Is the party working towards maybe recovery or trying to bring people together? So with such the party, I have problems like division, right? There's disunity, acrimony. It's within the party. Then it is not electing the presidential candidate would, in my view, will not be a good thing for the party, right? In that situation, then it is important that they have a very good structure, party structure. The party structure established here that to be able to support it to become the fountain and also the pillar of the party. Now, to me, as I say, election now for presidential candidate. So, in my view, looking at the MPP having lost election, within this short period, maybe over the past 6 months, I think reflecting on the type of whether they should go for presidential early and also national executive early, it's important, it's very crucial, right? But in my view, looking at the situation of party, I think so. Elected presidential candidate earlier, and in my view, might not. I do not think that they should go for that because they will need a structure, right? A functioning structure that will be able to build relationships, that will be able to establish some kind of unity within the party. So that to me, it is that structure that to me as a state or some presidential election. It means the party structure should have some kind of building in such a way that the party structure should not be taking sides.
Okay, let me just cut in here. Yes. I want to find out from you, sir. Yes. You are talking about the party structure, sir. Yes. for the national executive position. So normal fan build structure in we normal man kabo mumre and sana or mabeto a presidential dinner na no mabeto. But as we speak now, no, from what you said, say I had the current structure of the new patriotic party nationally, no, and you're well structured and you're well cohesive, Anna.
Party lose election now. Before the election and after the election, you look at the impact now election. I have the lose election. I have it on the we share the MPP as a whole. Right from the lead up to the 2020 elections, right? Nationally, which means that party, structure party, now started a weekend, right? And that also culminated in, it's not the only factor. In the fact that they moved from 159 seats to the 137 seats. So what you say, and in that particular election, and then I believe that the NPP executives they are listening. You realize at a certain point in time there were constituencies via almost accusing national executives say imposing some kind of candidate, and it's one of the key things I was saying. So the party structure now started a weekend, and that is what we saw in the election. Now election now following the defeat, look at the situation here also within the party, right? So just even thank you, Thor, it became a problem. So there is disunity, right? So they need to establish the party structure first, right? A party structure now, and almost they need to move away from say they want to impose. I say national executive. So this is going to be our presidential candidate, right? Now they need to establish a bit neutral. So in my view, the party structure now as it is now, it is not like the way it was. So at this particular point in time, so I'm call for presidential, I'm back to presidential. I'm the party. In my view,
Yo, Doug, before we let you go, we're a pollster, right? I believe I'm right.
I am a political scientist. We don't do polls, but we do political analysis.
You do political analysis. So, in analyzing the current situation within the new patriotic party, and then the candidates that are emerging, we want to find out from you which of the candidates do you think would be best fit for that position to lead the new patriotic party in the 2028 elections?
Yeah, I think for now it will be it is just too early, especially where young conduct any to establish that. So what you say, it will be difficult for me to make. It will be it will not even be right for me to make unless there was some kind of evidence from any research, then we can speak to it. But for now, I think that, the most important thing for now is that because they have just lost election about 5-6 months. So the best thing is that they need to reorganize themselves, right? And they will need a very strong functioning party in order to do that. So for me, they should look at that option. Going for, to elect the presidential candidate before they are within, looking at the circumstance where I do not think that will be it will be helpful at all for them. Yes, but for now, in terms of whichever candidate, it will be too early because the number of exercise, and especially for now, we have not conducted any research here. Be a bit like I said here, we look at the candidates now are most likely to win the presidential family.
But looking at the candidates that we have, I can say for a fact that candidates now, what would ding a wabon things is here. You Kennedy Japan, you Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. We have heard of Brian Champon, and then we have also heard of the former Minister for Education. He's also part of the competition. Duchum. We've also heard of a Jakon, which is also coming. Among this number of aspirants that I've just mentioned, I want to find out from you. There is one name that seems to be standing tall. Everywhere you go, it's Kennedy. Are you in tune with that kind of message that is resonating on social media?
Well, what I can say is that yes, you are not wrong, right? In the sense, I would say that so far, let me say two candidates, Canada, Japan, and the former vice president. I'm so I'm gonna doing so far.
Sure.
Now the fact is that at least for some of the candidates, I mean, they have been tested in elections. And so far, dear boy, you know. Ni ayen tese omon tese omone ebia honorable edichu any bright achampo so for omon ko contest presidential primaries but at least Wacha Jako wa contest in the past so I can see I mean the vice president maybe for 8 years sitting vice president before then wa contest elections I friend only Nana Akufo-Addo I say so wa contest because OSHA Article 64 now was the vice president is being elected so basically it's the same package, right? Our contest election until say Omobe we the last year rule for 8 years. And within the party, you know, we are contested. But even though we share that contest, you know, the acceptance is within the party, you know, I mean say in my view alone because it's only about 61%, right? 61.something%, right? And Korea Japan you'll be for or not that was the first time or testing a presidential and he was able to garner about 38%, right? Very close to 40%. So that indicates he will be a potential, a strong candidate, depending upon how ultimately manage the issues within the party. So far, I think that or no, Jako I contested did on occasions vice president. So it's only these two that even, but so far no. The two leading candidates that are in the media, social media, Japan, any Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia. So far, I think of all these 5 candidates, no boy, and it is so because at least more contest the last presidential election within the party.
Yo, yes. Dr. Jalilu, you better ask the pastor man who within Common Shop. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, kwa humano so bio na yani Orab wache ejako akasa. Brebe Tremono, he contested for the NPP primaries to occupy the position of the flag bearership. And now we have him on the line on For God and Country. Dr. Wache Jako, yama kwa baba ejumedi so.
Yo mpacho edini nye doctor.
Oh,
Mr.
Oh,
the
doctor. Because yeah, anyway, no, Sakaji to moi. I got Ghana Tertiary Education Commission will come after you. Mr. Wache, yo. And yeah, flower, and your body that you observe a MPP, some yada that and come on yet to say a MPP about your kodo and then we one more echo meeting our Lisa Hotel. Now and come on, I bet told you, actually say, a people say, and Kabeya, and flag bearership election, no, and Kabeya and Kamun to Sabani, as an hour to election for the national executive members. Me pacho wadaroma ewo wadwemu no emumie no dia impa na nkebeboa MPP amanyokudo
yo say medawase unfortunately SOMPA council meeting no ebusuan komo bi di me akodi baby foforo eno so hia enti me hwe no na Gedi etosumi no minchia woni wetiefu nyina akwanya mode amam yemisa ye ho se debia no sen ye no na edi ansem na aba ana edi ansem na esintia ye pese esesa no sa question early congress yewe enye na hyase o 1993 October. Nibisasi. Emma Darocha etu the 90s so 1995 August. Na address to Congress ewoligo. ɛna yɛkɔdwen sɛ saa asɛm yi deɛ yɛaka wie yɛde akɔtwere baabi a ɛwɔ sɛ twere enti ɛme nwanwa sɛ sɛbe nnɛɛmafoɔ bi san akɔfa saa asɛm yi aba ɛdeɛ paa na asi nti a adeɛ a yɛyɛ no afei deɛ mu se yɛmmutu no nsi de tra ase mibisa wo
SOMPA FM
wan na osi dan a ɔyɛ roof no ansa na wabɛyɛ foundation wan na osi dan a ɔyɛ roof ansa na wabɛyɛ no foundation ɛno sɛ agorɔ no ara na either ebinom nte ase anaa ebinom de pɛsɛminkuminya ɛne adifudi pɛ bi pɛ sɛ ɔmo kyekyere nneɛma hyɛ wɔn bɔtɔ mu anaa wɔn mmɔto mu.
Hey.
Look. O ada na wokɔ yi flag bearer ansa na wɔyi fam fo. There are media ɛyɛ 7 previous ɛyɛ total nonsense. 7 previous. Show. So what the campaign asia? What the campaign asepa? Who could you flag bearer at this time? Edi akohefa. There are 88,917 human settlements in Ghana. 88,917 human settlements.
SOMPA.
So who can say when you flag bearer ne? Sɛ ɔnkyi ɔma pro ɛne Ghanafoɔ nyinaa nkasa in all these community human settlements a obɛhia 10 years ansa na wɔatumi ayɛ ne nyinaa but sɛ wowɔ 210,000 executives from polling station to sɛ deɛ yɛwɔ yi a ubetimi the 88,917 communities no ubetimi ama nipa 2 bia akɔ wɔn nase and within 1 week what cover the whole country party no ɛna yɛ tɔn no first and foremost and sana presidential candidate ne deɛ wabɛfoa so there is no way one person can win an election for any political party. Enti na ye shasiye every polling station. Ye polling station. No almost
SOMPA FM.
Polling station concept ye. Na kamia ye se. Omo ben nipa no voters no. Woman ye ni omo no omo ni won kokasa. So enti me polling station ni wo Tendugua. Tendugu polling stations no minimum ni shasi ni nkomo e din kono blue baby a na ye electoral area for constituency for no mo abeka ho na ye adwuma na ye regional na be parliamentary candidate no mo so atiegum ye fam adwuma na wo kos ye sa fam adwuma ni nyina e bedru baby no na fe na the presidential candidate na ye dey ebe foaso onu ho na famu adwuma no ya ye ama so look there is no presidential candidate ubetimi
SOMPA.
I was Akufo-Addo's campaign manager for 2012 ya 500 localities out of the 88,000 American ya 500 nanso esan se na ye yi nipa bia dikan polling station electoral area coordinators ne ade ne yi won edikan won mo akɔhye adwuma na se no Akufo-Addo kɔfo aso no anye de se wo koyi na hwan no mo akɔyɛ adwuma.
There are those that make their argument to say the current structure of the New Patriotic Party esan say mukɔ elections are Mudi and Kugonintino. Aqua and say the current structure na hono and Chichemu Abem Entino as a Kabumu New Okra, Womubeti Ejina Swa, Ama organize a year congress, one bay a year the flag bearer of the party as it stands now. What do you make of those arguments?
Obi a all can say be me simun sidu who go back enchichemu or MPP. Then I make a choice October 1993. There were similar problems. Yes,
SOMPA FM.
The former party, no, July 28th, 1992. There were similar problems. And last election in the day in Chichimuaba. And you know, correct. So, no, I was campaign manager in 2008 presidential Nikobi. Nanjichimu Mupa. You know, I became campaign manager for 2012. For 4 years, we were trying to heal the divisions. Anye 2016 yan sana ajobre kakrabe into obijina baby say 2024 elections are your call ye enti na manchi chimuaba na wo ye early congress ye betimi enya time akambo mu nipa krono olim party we on tiasa mo kana se munsi nufu. Look, 2008 problems edaho edokure into one country will say, who could you candidate now for 3 years?
Let me also SOMPA.
2024. Ye Dr. Baumia November, yes, sir. Hello?
And okay.
The Ben started a campaign. May, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 8 months later, and Sano started the campaign. Won't me and sustain the campaign 1 full year, nan campus 2 or 3 years? You can't. I was said, a binomo ko ye jumana, she jumana se. Na wo would be before so. Say no, also ye unko ye presidential first, the boy.
Yeah.
One of the to Sabano, current executives. Na current executives look at 2 years. Na more be new executives. Na new executives are better chairs and ye any koyi asimesi. Enti mo amuko yi don't know. Munko ye campaign man. Ya won't be paying.
So I know your point has just been well made and explained, but you had said, sir, 1 year a dream, sir, say. I was say you got to presidential the flag bearer of the new patriotic party. You know, you have described that as being nonsense. Is that not too harsh of a word to use?
It is harsh a word. I agree, but Sabi, they are doing something. Your party no one here. Look, I have spent too much of my life formulating and work serving this party for people to play games with it. So, on 3 occasions, I almost lost my life.
Wow.
3 separate occasions. I almost lost my life because of service to this party.
So, what were those occasions?
Look, I know a conversation for other times. So, now the point I'm making is that, shots here from 92. Or even 23rd February 1991 with Danko Buzia Memorial Club. Ebeye MPP. That is not the party we hope. This is not the party we hoped for. Adia ye Juma was a kakra yet all the put to do see the trash because somebody wants to capture or they are here to near it. There's been instances that ye candidate ultimately to the night cry because a former Juma and was a ye no ye. What I say? So Monfa sa Casanina and Cochrinche. Na yanko polling station. Yanko polling station for and starting your way, Juma. House to house. Any do one on cast. Look, MOSHE Konrad Adenauer reported by Nanonwa. Majority of Ghanaians still vote because of their party, not the candidate. Look at the Konrad Adenauer report. Over 70% eto abama one party. Enti party no say ya hu nya akono no. Say dwuma no ne ye wo fam ma party no ya akono bio. Na edom say to di akire.
SOMPA FM.
Akire ebribi atwam. Who presidential candidate is there? Or the Nisa Beshadi Demifem Atna ho. Like I said, you Dr. Baumia November. May and Sana campaign they take you. Papa, campaign a good deal. The energy, the resources, the money. There's no one who bet me a campaign continues for 3 years. Politics is about peaking. It's about timing and peaking. Say MPP asudi e daye so no. Sa party no ankasa ene e behihye ne yie. Party no ankasa ene e beka yensem ye kasa yie ama akono a na ewo yen ho no. Asanyaba. Look, let me give you a few references.
Okay.
July 22nd July 1950. JB Danko raised this matter. Or say, any political party didn't say, Yedeva nam krumna hey hey who. It is about adopting a course that the masses will embrace. That is what is going to make you a mass party. Then he also said, you cannot run and form a national party on the basis of office hunting. So, look, Niama Ghana for the Kututia, MPP for, Debia Yebeshiano, na ye Chesica, and then Niama Mayen, not to them before Shay. Debia a Betty MPP for near pre-post any positions among you, not to them before Shay. A dear Paco to them before so almond pay any ya no Cassa. A 10 year Cassa enfata a dish say Ghana this year Betty. Na be opinion to radio so no kind of tan ya na wait ya no trouble with social media their time.
SOMPA FM.
Sooner and there was a share ethnic son and son party need nice so that's a flag bearer.
Okay.
Party need okay, my MBSO, the current leadership Wamuda MPP Amanyuku Nano say no. Ye bisa say usha elections ya so in the year 2024 and Kugoro 41 against 56 point something percent. You bet me I can say there was a leadership failure. So we have this party have suffered a leadership failure for a while. From top to bottom, we've suffered a leadership failure.
And you think, sir, leaders no more horses here, no? They must all be, voted out of their positions and new set of leadership brought?
That is the decision the party has to make. I'm not the dictator of the party. Yawo nipa omo to aba eji ya kendi for. Sarfo omo adi nkyere ene wo se de koto wanim. Enti na me se untimi nkoyi leader na afi wusu nkoyi form for. E wo se form for no kasa mieti. But you see another very important point. Yenkoto yenyisro ansane abeyi form. This is not the first time. 2013, Jacob Becher belonged late. Or the sa idea you buy. Party for Bogo immediately. Non conceiving presidential, nearly parliamentary and Samia be party officers. Me say, within 2-3 days na party for a rubbish no abagu ni nyina ka ho na Jake olusu 2014 na oni masamo na party for no ka a kire say yen fa mo de no na mo nsa ka mo de ahwia na mo nya tumi no a na mo de tumi na abepam yen a ye to ma mo no nyesa. It brought sharp divisions. That idea itself brought sharp divisions. So,
SOMPA FM.
The sponsor candidate, a bit too young, you work for me. The idea immediately died. Why are we going to repeat it? Why? You fire back or some into young. You know, be free. Bad experience. That's it. So, Oshias. Huh?
Yet you.
Sorry. Sister Onantie.
So, Oshias now sorry. Sister Onantie.
I guess I'll be anxious.
I guess I'll be anxious.
2013, Jake decided to buy. Or they buy and within a matter of 2 days, na party for Babu, you bet there's a more through. Young family, dear mamma, Namu said to me, no, I bet Pambia, your wolf of me, yes, I. Namu the Muamu favorites. I bet you say a name. Yep, name, it died. Yako trouble at 2014. In Crawford, the Kutia Jake, so I dream Bonnie win and a wood trip. Yamoni chairman, you. I didn't think
yet, yes, SOMPA.
And now you ref. And now one more assassin. 2013, no party, one more count your money needs yet.
But before you be other ways are quick. Before you be jaw crab or crab. The reality is say I am chairman. The whole do or the crata ba say or person traffic crowd or doing or share. So in that case, you know, the next in command is the first national vice chairman to handle the affairs of the party. And I just sanity. Oh, okay. And we believe, sir.
Chairman knew why you were first vice. First vice knew why you were second vice. Second vice knew why you were third vice.
Yo, dog, sir, MC dog, no, they are me the power. Mr. Mache.
Mousa, I drink Bonnywood.
Oh, I drink Bonny beer, Dimitibo, Mr. Mache. The baby gas of BMB, I'm sure. Mr. Yako, before I make our crowd, say himself. And 2028 primaries within the New Patriotic Party, presidentially, and the ABOCHIE TV.
Oh, Meko. Now you see, and yet, and no, any of this shit I see. That's the boy me contested. No two questions about that. To know that I was here, she shed ye. Me name say, so one she shed ye no Gina platform, so be to them. Ain't me dear, Macau radio to several times say, Kamenya, yes, Sarfo and to the boss. Nayamwa, na party no ankasa a friend in New Patriotic Party. Actually, no. Yes, she said,
yo,
yes, she said, yeah, and then the woman now to so says you as flag bearer, no Gina, sir, no Gina, fucking papa. That's it, said, yeah, who could paper one, who could Gina,
yet, yes, SOMPA.
All right, Jacko, now, so Ubu, baby, sir, Oya koda na usia nante anase oye pidimukra na usia unante na ohwiase na osoria just say osesa unante no but yenim say eye presidential primaries within the New Patriotic Party ade a wa contesting the bebre ohwiase enti osori ye no say ubasesa unante ana
osesa unante no say won contest bio e bia kwan a wo fa so e de contest ye no na obese enti going back 20 you do go 2024 no MPP young contest elections bi
Boba contest
nti ye wu bi sa me no And one year,
All right, Uncle. Yeah,
elections. Elections 9 were Ghana. NPP are winning 4. NDC are winning 5. Mekai say you lose 1992. Na me free Darucha. Na me wo US Samre no. And na me ne Darucha. Me to say me wo fu. E then you ko lose
SOMPA FM.
Otie mi di na osre. Na uhu Darucha so sa che se di all catch ro say di be wo. Area nam support you. Okay, she boachimen can't the aboinyo ata. You lose 92. It's young contest 96. You lose 96. Young contest 2000. You lose 2000. Young put 2000 and 2004. Okay, kaya. As a man in America, Nansen being in an election, you win or lose. But when you lose, you re-strategize and change the way you approach the previous election so that things may be different. And no say, we lose 92, no, we say, a science of share say, sorry, 90 view. That is the question you're asking me. You lose 2024. You lose a young election view.
Over elections.
That's it.
Sabre ushe mebo. Sabre se ushe NPP amanyoko ni sesea. Leader Ben Pana aye party no ehia. Se de be year 2028. Mo betimi edi nkunim ewo abato aye betum. You call the national executives, you know, the leadership over there, and then when it comes to the flag bearership and also leadership over there, what kind of leadership do you need to drive the New Patriotic Party to winning the 2028 elections?
The first thing is leader on the party be do no kre. Me mambrabo no sit from the kre and shasia. You will always lose. Nipa on the party no benante no kre kwens. That's one. Someone who knows this party well enough and strong enough to inspire the party first and foremost. Party no man able to begin with. Enti uhia obia onim party no ne fare by onim party no well enough. Ebitimi ne party ma kasa ama won agi na di ama won inspire say
SOMPA FM.
Asimesi yenino. Asamu okay. Nansamum. Asamu okay. Abawum. And she say or de ban. Enkuranhye wom. Yenni nachi ne yankoko. Etoso mienu. The party for a company edibija. Obia obeka ise party ma omo kokon ye no yentimi mfa wo mo nya abega yemfa abegafo nya nkoa enti party for omo bentoa ekokon ye no untimi ntwa wani enya wo enya saa oye saa eba party for ebebu ana eba party for ebu ye 2024 no se adwa odenemen wadidwodom na me krochi amansa e na me nkobọ nto ankoko
Ebeda obu odupa o sesi su bie man
o se adwa odeneman
Ye nyina ye tie SOMPA
wadidwodom na me krochi amansa e na me nkobọ nto enkoko ode hye anko akọ adwane enti e wo se yenya obia onim party no a party for be gie di se asemasi ye na kikasa ebesi ye na esi ye a ontwi nani enhwe baabi as wonim ye baabi a that is inside the party. Then outside the party and also a question of confidence. In the bit me, I can't say my Ghana for as soon as you want. I know what GDB said. As someone as soon see and now ABOCHIE came. One, and when no correct and make us cinema. And two, you do signs to share no so at the BCA. Ghana, your politics no for a long time. Acquire BBO. Acquire intricacy. A cowie near Dan, a cowie near Dan, SOMPA FM. On the Conphobia, wait me a cassette, me you, and I'm a baby soup, and you're a baby. I am a baby. We need to restore and we can restore confidence in the nation with regards to MPP. Say MPP GDA to me for media to Sarfo. And was said you never do a bit in and my man the case ni yem magidie bi surunkumbi ni ahunsepe bi abam say na asimesika say
we have lost Boachie Jako, but I believe that but you should say a bit I know Asami up Eddie Amaying because getting him it's a bit challenging, and once we have gotten him we need to suck the blood out of him right here on SOMPA 106.5 FM.
well,
okay, but your line drop here, and you know,
MTM for you. Well, you will be between me a Kenyan or mine, a Kenyan young Kasaya party. GDS room could be the woman who said, as soon as see what can dear obey.
They feel that person is you, eh?
I can do it. I can do it.
Wow. Okay, so let's leave the conversation here. But Dananka, in studio, so we can have a lengthy discussion because our listeners would want to feel you over here in the studios of SOMPA 106.5 FM. But that notwithstanding, we are very much grateful for the time that you spent with us today on Forgotten Country via the phone on SOMPA 106.5. All right.
SOMPA FM.
Okay, so SOMPA 106.5 FM Forgotten Country. Boachie Jako artist yenenu edi enkomo. Na Evans Udana.
You read Jako, a nice gentleman. Na jumu daho.
Now, why would me the argument? If I should have been a Casamama Bruni, I must say,
or see, or Messi someone night, more brother Mensan Lusumai.
As
yeah, dear Mamma Coins here.
No more,
Ghana form of Mencasi and Ghana form of near me added to Aquam.
Yeah.
On one background, Nibeji. That is a special one of person who said Ghana Efe or economist or person in my work akufom. Prices are not escalating because of Ukraine and
Russia.
Is the war stopped?
Yeah,
is that war stopped?
Mamima Amasama Bruni. Amasama Bruni. That's say.
Prof.
Now, what does it say JFK? What's that campaign? I don't know. For JFK, General Secretary.
Yeah, Mami started.
Boachie Jako things otherwise. Say crop of leadership. Also,
that's the beauty of democracy.
Sure.
Yeah. So Brandon Mpo speaks a lot.
JFK.
Yeah. So I started by extending my greetings to Lawyer Justin Fripon Kodia, a General Secretary. Na me was a GDA no nimu, and I keep stressing the fact say I know say given the opportunity again, he will work his way out or the back to power. Now there are this kind of concerted effort towards
where just an initial I'll come back to you. But there's some commercials I have to do.
All right.
To let me do the commercials. When I return, we'll do the discussion. Thank you so much.
Thursday, 10th April 2025. Why you sure you before for na wo Kumasi Techiman Kwana so.
Yedi Roma sorry dino. And that's a box of media nimshe.
Babaji Samsung, TCL, Media, Nasco TV, AC, fridge, gas cooker, washing machine, deep freezer, home theater, microwave, blender, kettle, rice cooker, and any other proper account na. Now when baby, it can for baku 50, even 15% discount. Any achedi, it's a rabbit idea. Count on say now.
Endpoint homeopathy clinic. Ghana had the obedient says a prostate. Not by the ultimate screening. Emma Willie Etuasia. Now a endpoint homeopathy clinic. And also a kidney, a liver problem. With a baby and a jaw. Now the afraid premature ejaculation. Maybe I want to go for Quaquisia. As a wood dinner wago. As a road tonte. Any a endpoint homeopathy clinic. Now a more. A man member more power. A endpoint homeopathy clinic. One of the mufwa. Yaria infections. Been a war. And now say be a who from baby na juju kidney problem prostate there and your endpoint homeopathy clinic we say endpoint homeopathy clinic ever Kunma Bohia and Accra Hanzo so there we mujina mu ankasa ever sprinters there phone share signboard no who do you now busasa we endpoint homeopathy clinic obia ebetro for endpoint ever 0244867068 and 0274234321 endpoint homeopathy clinic we dem special local foods abakade enye aduane ne aduane o ye wa aduane ne wa aduane enye wonwo se Ghana ha ahemfo eyi akese wadi na kese party akese se wo pe baabi a wo be serve o ma wo ho se ye buffet ene o mo ye se ye local continental dishes a wo bi etwa nani a Hajia special local foods e wo hacho atomic kwan so ho no de ntie fe no local foods ne se enye wo mo ye aduane a na wo matentam tomatoes wo apro meko apro jena apro garlic apro no de aye aduane se eya abontine aduane ediyenye ne bisa dabi Hajia suo na me etinye nwo se Ghana ha etitire se ministries agencies akese eyi ahemfo na nanom ahema mo wo motena se no mo se ye bedidi ye didi eziban ye didi a wo mo se mo fa Hajia special local foods efise hono ene aduane no ekoyi Ghana ha ba bia wo mutimi serve Hajia special local food pese wo fira eye 024 635991 024635991 and also 05947972115 05947972115 for that would them abofia Daniel I didn't tell us a friend of American Heat Patch so what's young I want to be now they are so and make say what be not this is a pain and yet sister na last year really now that hello and we the pattern sister J American Heat Patch I tell you I ask never few minutes and you're ready and this me the power after construction you are not in the back in the left pain have the power and when the man the papa I do put arthritis and the body pains and you do say American Heat Patch hey bra American Heat Patch I had my power you feel it to be AVRAM militarian after breathe your wabi no please not do no cry I told you so so your back pain waist pain menstrual cramps any arthritis in your there you should American Heat Patch for the pets and boy it's a ginger and cinnamon and I at a phone call Alpha Duo Pharmacy Origin Chemist from a drug Accra Palace Pharmacy Accra Local Pharmacy Takrade Lock Chemist Takrade and Malarigo Pharmacy Tamale maybe after 0599-802297 FDA aggregating criteria.
Maybe I say yeah ba kwa ba bio ba SOMPA 106.5 FM e ba ke tua pa for God and country and our sugusu utie ebusu abunsha number no so 0260 196064 0260 196065 abasama broni wetie ura boache jako and some other interview I made especially with Dr. Jalilu of University of Ghana or a political science. What do you make of Unkomodine? Because he says that and MPP forum no presidential primaries, you know, and sana woma baba to a year that for that was what he said. And then ansana womo baba to for a year the national executive members of the party. But here is Boache Jako, a former aspirant, telling us, say, no, that one would not help, but rather, yenko to for the national executive positions for the party before Omabetu presidential. And you may can't Amasama Bruni. You have your thing.
Yeah. So before we call commercial break, if I say quickly, me as same way feel. It has to do with JFK. Among phobia your margin say spread propaganda just to tarnish him. When was a contest now kono. So Philly say candidate now support or the credentials to contest and no mostly no ube ka ho asem dan say o attack propaganda o defame nipa no. Before meeting Prof, there are a lot of propaganda about JFK. One person who was social media.
Ebini say then propaganda no me no.
Ebini say Chairman Bute on chair the meeting. Na JFK edin chairman akosha hotel dan bi wo Alisa.
The chairman
that is national chairman.
Yeah.
Or didn't akosha because he insisted say on be chair meeting
no.
On say Chairman Bute be chair meeting no that propaganda no are falling flat. Chairman Bute na chair meeting no. There are a lot of lies, once omudi tuniswa day in day out or dispelling lies, In fact, enmity in Peace FM. And Ukraine some 100% solid reason why I have to intensify my campaign for JFK. And even my branding me better na say no.
Hey sir.
Yes. So say there be because I won't say who say akuno omuntimi enti I will say and defaming man, and in politics, who started it shows your weakness. Now, coming back to the question, Prof. Many Honorable Jacobeya dream. Me a 2-term constituency officer. Currently, I'm still serving as a constituency officer. So, I started bottom down now. Top bottom now.
Yeah.
I would disagree because so Obiba as executive, I will say that the Nipano anchor part of decision making, they will be accountable for that decision. And so be able to take a decision, no free where you can't call the person to come and account. And one of the things I call for is say expand your polling station level no. Never enipa bebre embe kan. So Saudi enipa bebre ebe kan ho. What it means is that make sure say those people know participate in electing who leads the party. So that enipa be say misumi koto abani bi. And when it comes to campaign no, obey campaign no or dinu hu bejim. But so oka say yanko starting from the top. Now you starting from the top eba. Already know nyomo hono and omako take decision. By the time you button no, you be election ya you omo free ho. Enti new ones no omo ba no. What will be their role? SOMPA FM. Perhaps eka omo nko a members na ye de beka ho no. E bia nka betimi affect the decision. E bia ne oya presidential candidate no anka onya sa akwenya no. So I think say the status quo na ye wono should be maintained. And he say you maintain you started from the polling station level. You expanded. And part of expansion, you move be a call say former MMDCs should be part, former members of parliament or more within the constituencies. No, young for Monka so we past executive, maybe for one or two reasons into work or election, and we lose at the polling station or constituency level. Young for Monka now you expanded the base. So that you polling station now, polling station for no. Because to about a yomo coordinator or coordinator in the electoral area no. Then the two of these people, that's the polling station and the coordinators, will now come and vote for the constituency officers. And going forward, so Yamubi so propose say when it comes to regional elections, Yama your electoral area coordinators and kahu. Even if possible, cry national cry yam for monkahu. Because coordinators as a your friend is saying constituency officers now no more jumano abewie. Now I said they don't even have access the gap na wo muntem no ewa. So ebanisana within the constituency level no they feel say there are certain decision making na ye you omo influence ahokeka na wo so omo fan share eduma no hu no omo fan share. But on him say regional executive say omo wo hoy decision na ye ko take here in electing who the regional chairman is no
ɔno coordinator no so participate in wobɛhu sɛ asodie no bɛba abɛda yɛ nyinaa yɛ so that this kind of blame game of say constituency officers mu na mokɔyi these regional executives that blame no say yɛ nyinaa ɛbɛba abɛyɛ collective. So I suggest say the Honorable Ejako ɛkaeɛ no I 100% agree with Honorable Ejako say ukasa oko started from top. By the time we ever bottom no, the same bottom people will begin complaining say muna moko to aba eyi asumesi ye ekayenko ankaye mpinima enipa en represent here. And eduma na ye pese yen yesesi ano e grassroots based because our opposition that's want to mean people grassroots still you have a problem. Because party is going through trials and challenging times. That yenina we agree say we are going through difficult times. And among phobia omukase all national executives and regional executives yampamo omono. Prof me no omunyadwe.
Oni omunyadwe arentra. But they failed the party.
No. Institutional memory cry no ontimi mpamo obia. Yeni adwuma sa. In fact, one of the challenges currently, mami view of kakra, Hajj board FAC in organizing this poor Hajj no, because of niesi no. At least, the first time I will take you over no, maintain a nipa kakra bia omo ho. No mun share experience no who we are oba na wa be pamo mo. It is okay tell me say yem pamo bia and this is for Prof say 2016 omo lose here. So man pamo say even get here. They maintain him. 2012 no 2020 almost and lose here. In fact onukra as the general secretary no offloading the baggage now to get the chairman so emo onya akonya editu na be national chairman. So obi bet now no say yam pam executives ni na I totally disagree.
So you disagree with what
one or two persons there at least they should be maintained there to serve as a guide because so
within the new patriotic party national executive position one or did say I was here maintained. Now one or did say
and what's on beside me bio.
Oh there be na some would walk who say now una walk awesome.
Prof me ba.
Say what can say I was a JFK you maintaining and I want bio.
Nyabotre who beside me question say a dialogue ana.
A dialogue. So I'm asking you.
I'm not under cross examination.
No, I'm not cross examining you.
So for now, me campaigning for JFK. Because general secretary position no, a very critical position. In fact, the day-to-day activities of the party ne, una urane, and it's in both political parties. Usha, the general secretary, you catch up say, "Who jai juma party no krabe to ya." They concentrate on party work. It's not applicable to other executives because. Chairman, you can go to the party office, say, be the whole man to put unto chairman. But it cannot happen in Selbeko office. Not the whole man general secretary in bar office. A ban is the administration of the party no will come to a halt. And the ban general secretary, I need to me interest alcohol. Why be when who lapses and definitely on the opportunity, he will repeat the mistake he's committed. Okofa obifu fro edi besha hosesia. Afe na okosuya. Yet the African way of politics, a winner takes all.
Somebody could buy, you know, so be you. Somebody could buy, so be
But near Edda Yanim says, it's not time for us to create that huge vacuum. So, Obin Sambesia, we want to capture power as quickly as possible, which is within 4 years, away in 2028. So, I will support him and campaign for him and beg polling station and other party executives say, and really draw what at the national level that we need to retain the general secretary. The position.
That's why I did Kramunian Shas here now.
Based on the
question, comment from Positive Change, Medina. President Mahama's commitment to economic transformation and leadership skills shows inclusive approach to reviving the bad economy left behind by the elephant family. His approach and steps are exactly what Ghana needs now to rebuild a stronger economy. That is what he's sensing over here. Masawood Kumasi Bantama says that under the leadership of former President Akufo-Addo, we had a stable power supplied without recourse to punitive taxation. Presidency is meant for serious-minded people. The reset they promise has fallen flat. That is what he is sensing over here. There are other messages that I'll be communicating to you, but quickly, Ima, your response to interviews here,
Prof, I think say the meaning can so many honorable Adakubeya say party no kwaya omafa so elect executives since time immemorial no maintain. But however, I think say Adebako also emo money ko ho electoral base no, especially when it comes to flag bearership. Because who say me say the name of party structure no be brinti mo find me. But who say ye wo omo to national abano. Every constituency executives can create na sana aba region sana aba national. So what happens is that
FM.
when a flag bearer has a very small number of nipa ombeto aba mana, ho and as bribery and corruption it me man also, because nipa hen to aba for the flag bearership.
For the flag bearership, and it will be from the base, from polling station coordinators, constituency.
No, but I believe that there's still a conversation
every
on that.
Constituency.
Depending
on the number of
roughly for instance, constituency, we are over 1,500.
For the entire constituency.
Yeah, the constituency.
But MPP for mere registered members for Amasama Yedo say.
For electoral commission now Kano.
No, Mwase was a party Ankasawa records of Yem party.
Every say every constituency, one more Nipadudua, one more select right from polling station for a whole Benidano. Almost for the dry select almost select.
Yeah, there were 5 at each polling station.
More 5 at each 5 executives at each polling station.
Yes. So those polling station executives, plus the electoral area coordinators, any constituency officer, council of elders, patrons.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that is a very small number to bribe.
It's a small number to bribe. Yes, they can be influenced
easily. Who say president? Of course, there are some reputable organizations or model estimations about how much will be here. So person call internal party positions and all that. I don't have the figure of it. But the argument is that se nipa na ekoto abanusa, then akwenya beba beda ho say yebetimi abribe nkrofo bebre, because on one say ma work can say yemfa ebinu make say be amanfo nkoka say nipa na ye pen no nye no na modern buy. How can it be say ye to abama say police station executive and you are supposed to represent us at the police station level, but bokoto abaya say nipa ye pen no nye na wi mae. So are you actually representing us? And it all comes down to the fact that some monetization of politics.
No, the point.
That whole process of monetization from both sides, MPP and NDC. Yes, a flag bearer, you see, 200 cities, some fanfa cars, and Kotwaba. It is because he's dealing with a small number, relatively. Say, a year and Kamu say, as a party, you would X number of registered membership.
SOMPA FM.
Active. Omutua dues. Ye minimum at party level, at constituency level. Say ye national election. These people should have a say in who represents them at the national level. That's the point I'm trying to make. Say ye say party member be able to dues, but a do say ye kotoaba the flag bearer. Then the grassroots is behind the scene, and then nipa kakra bi na grassroots omono emumbe ko animu so omo represent grassroots no. Then say nipa na ye omono so kwa na fe ye discuss o mafunu muma. For political expedience, you may pretend say be a make no intimacy, but prof only me be yarding. Say amount for koto aba wi na fe grassroots ne se nya de pen na mu yi ne maaye no. But grassroots elected obi say o me representing yen grassroots, but okwa na fe no so you can say interest assessor wo.
Na the interest assessor wo na de also okojina no agina no so why na de.
As a party, with all that MPP is going through now, I think one of the things was a motion ye pa and said kwan ben na mo betimi bie base num ama nipa bebre aba on board I feel say they are also part in the decision making process. Who's the honorable
so do you think say ankabeya omukwa koto aba ayi flag bearer ankabeya anka oma MPP ni bia okra card bia meto sa and take it sa decision ni bi
or a registered member otuani dues
sure
and it's known at the constituency level. Who say yentimi ntina akra ankase enim techiman for MPP for mo techiman, but MPP for omo ye officer juma party juma wo techiman omo nim omo party members, and you see who's the party for no so no omo ya there in decentralization uko area bi a mu oku kakra bi so
I know that not necessarily, but I believe say anka the caveat should be say obia oye amanyoku ba okra party
and what can say who say
otua ni dues say nipa no qualifies or to aba
no prof had you tell me ko fa ne say
yes
ya student politics kakra especially associations be to say alumni associations I say ye kope alumni mpanyimfo a requirement ne say one where we school ho two utua dues. So what happens in that instance is that nipa all position kwa na kope alumni for bebre ni watu omu dues ama omu atego. So see any membership any dues nko na still na oma omu wo sika no betimi akotua amanfo dues ama omu bum abe register omu bum e de ato aba no. That is why I am also bringing issues of participation. Say you nipa we at the constituency level, at this level, at that level. So that whoever is coming on board to say me MPP ni and me NDC no ye nim no at that level, because Mekaya, I think if any before 2020, I think before 2024, there was some constituency here, MPP internal primary.
Obisi
or akotoaba at the constituency level or koya yesu ya to amade that. I think it was the Philippa constituency, Mekaya Philippa constituency. Or no na why any registration no or so okwe nti wako akotia obeto aba oba yese wato. Because number nisa, so oh yeah manipulation now, it is also easy to manipulate and find your way around it. Enti say omobeti me na se menua wa so modebe kwa abinwima. You have to find a way to open up so that the people who believe the party is theirs no will feel a part, not just feel represented, but they should feel say omo ka ho and they make decision. Me dem anu si honorable Jacko Kasembi about Adwa. O say Adwa o man here then say wankwa kurotwa mansa no onko Aprobo. And that is what you saw in the just recent election. More grassroots na kasa anto aba mamaka. And why would the grassroots not vote? Because some of these issues more involve you in making decisions. You claim some more represent you, but yehwema amount for preposition it is a candidate A or B impono. Omo nim say do na ampena because party in power, government structures ni identity. People voted in directions omo electorates at the grassroots level no na omo ni omo nyaade enti union panyi me
topic wey dey topic
when you topic Ghana for topic
no but that is
no so
I'm here representing the MP
I know but manenka san we because now we are working with time so allow him to allow him to make his point
Prof.
Yeah
my collection be me no elusu. Yes.
Now,
now I am trying to bring practical experience. Sika. But it goes beyond money. Sika
SOMPA FM.
But it goes beyond money. One, Misika aspect in
before that, I think we would have to provide you with an update on the meeting at Ekoso Ewa Lisa Hotel. NPP refers constitutional review proposals to National Council for final deliberation. The National Executive Committee of the New Patriotic Party has referred a set of proposed constitutional amendments to the party's National Council for further review. Our news sources understands that the proposals developed by the NPP's Constitution Review Committee will be scrutinized by the National Council before being forwarded to the National Delegates Conference for final approval. Among the key issues up for consideration are whether appointed party executives should be formally included in the party structure or whether the party's presidential candidates should be elected before other executive officers. The NEC meeting has finally concluded, paving way for the National Council to meet and deliberate on the proposed reforms. So that is the update we are giving to you now from the meeting at El Coso. And the issue we are discussing right now, which concerns Obobeto presidential DNA and sana omap to a party the ankasa to the party the ankasa almost say Oma hand over to the National Executive Committee and for a decision to be taken on the issue. Okay,
Sena Mekano party grassroots elections. It is not only about the party, but the beauty of our democracy and nam structures near there to Nigeria for Tuaba, but they don't experience the kind of stability, the kind of peace, the kind of progress we are making in Ghana. It's because of the structures that we have. The structures call for sustainable, it's there for accountability. It's made you responsive to the need of the people. Cynthia Mekan is saying, structures, it's like a platform. It gives people opportunity to express their leadership aspiration. It is very important. Say you sustain what we do. Is a starting branch. Almost friends say polling station election. Ya constituency. Ya region. Near national. It's revived the party. It renewed the party. Whenever we go to election, and new people come on board with different approach and different ideas. And this one reflecting our democracies. Or the idea of veteran radio or backup party executive leadership discussions. Not the at all. Ebwa emagana koso na ebe magana so akoso. Injesre. It is not only about the party MPP. It is about Ghana. It says a structured woti. We are Ghana Nibiana so be a Ghana so no person basa. Party Yenjuntum. Ebwa emasumje yenya. Ebwa emankoswa yehu. Sesia MPP efi aban NDC aba oba be check wo. It will serve as a lesson. NDC for wa ban mu de know say ya so
you feel that within the New Patriotic Party, though you are not a member, and leadership no,
it's not about the people who decide. But look at it. The party has selected people. They have served the party from branch, constituency, region, and national. So
I am asking, and
they have to change it for the interest of the state, not even for the interest of the party. For the peace we are enjoying.
Current executive is not more. No, enjoy peace.
No, the point is, they will look at them. So for to say your man to us, your man to us.
Yeah.
In fact, a lesson be anywhere yet to me as all the executive da. Your best is send be a bibe kaho.
Na sama Bruni, yes, asam na no.
It renew the process. It is not about Ethiopia, it's about Ghana.
Ghana.
Oh, se party ni bi soro ye bi catch say we no ye betu aso. Sometimes they suspend some party members.
All right, but I say
so I'll maintain the structures of the party. Now what's who is going to select the flag bearer? Who is going to one
So this is a matter we are leaving to the National Executive Committee of the party.
No, it is something that you don't have to consider. I don't want to discuss this one.
That is what the news I can say.
It's a breach of contract.
Hey, of whose contract?
No, when they go for it, they give you 4-year mandate. When your 4-year expire, what are you doing again? Every election in Ghana, all constitution, MPP constitution, NDC constitution, 1992 Ghana National Constitution, is 4 years mandate.
May I say,
so who is going to elect another person?
Boss, watching you live from Nyenchirina say in the Ashanti region, indeed for God and country, Ampa. All right, so thank you very much. Masaud Kumasi says that under the leadership of former president, now. Boy Emmanuel says, my brother, I love the show. Good work. Keep it up. Gift to your boy. Great show. Keep it up. And then Kwabra Amwako frame from Prof ABOCHIE on the hot seat. Okay, so these are some of the messages. And all those watching on Facebook, we want to say that we are very grateful for spending your time with us. Of course,
I'll finish here with my topic.
Okay, I know. Yenesi for Mami Namin Kwama Brunio.
And a here passe will help sustain this kind of structure. A boy my man koso. A boy today be there's innovations. New leaders will come on board. Ghana will never lack leaders. Some countries they can have a leader over 30 years, 40 years.
because of podcast strata you be nipa for no abey MP you be nipa for no abey way they bring new ideas and Ghana will continue developing into your stress asem na ya boss no a selfish interest. The person know what he meant. So it's that crop of people he have now. See a one particular candidate will win. But let me tell him, say Ghanaians are very dynamic. Would you have Ghana for show? On him send your way, despite he brought you. No, him send your way and Manisika Obeja. Look, I am also saying, say the election is not about money. Yeah, when you give them money, they will take, but they will still take decision. Ghana for woman is sika or betty, but still they will go for the person. Won't it be that so be it 5,000, be it 1,000, 1,000 name? It is happening. So it is not about increasing the number. It will not make any impact. It will only increase cost of running election and increase incidence of casualties and other things. So I encourage that we maintain the number. The money, if we want to solve the monetary problem, let's develop our economy. Se party baby, what does it need about your money? Or you need to by a party executive. He doesn't need your money. So to solve that, people have brought so many theories and definitions. We can only solve it when we develop our economy. When they go to US, they give money to party executive. They don't take money from them. Are they not human beings? We can do same in Ghana. When we develop party people and the party about power, who for party position and fair mobility and wamre. What the ma party nina, you empower him or her to serve the party. Next time our coalition on Kaju Bisika. And the monetary issue is not about increasing the number, it's about developing the economy.
May I say, Abusia for SOMPA 106.5 FM. You better be lines now to 0260 196064 0260 196065. Me bacho when the lines are ubeti my friend now do adventure abeboa ejumedi no. Ama sama broni now ka asabi.
Yeah, so Kaya end this lawsuit 2016 prof. Omo BA omo electoral college no. And omo ankasa who the challenges with it no. They went back omo reverted to omo previous one. So my man look like
Bruni, I'll give you the time to speak to this particular issue, but let me talk to this caller. Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. This year, from Canterbury to Accra, Ghana.
I can't feel na Canterbury to say.
You go power dom. Go. I have say you go power boy. I'm at the city. You never know kuyi.
You. Say it's you. Then I'll catch it.
The big kind with the as that can say my papa no studio on. Me na you we need that. My mama nda owa ho bra se kasa papa. Ni sire nyango pon say. But bia na ni suade hu bia no. Papa bo acha da ko nyango pon fo mi ho. Me mo mba cho ansan makoma asem sukura no. Obata ko ku se be mo organizer na me papa bra champo oba national oba obetu franka ma MPP. Na kankan bodu oba national chairman. Apani they say the MPP see kan ho bom. Mesre me papa say na dawo ma o kan bi bom. Then you no crow together as one. Now say the MPP mu we know how to do it. And I think as 2020 the big power. Company could focus some say so part of power now boy and now you boy a better chance or position now general secretary. In Mesre thing na kan hu mom na the baby or person or dino na go for the man so adro. Only na me you bye bye.
But that's a pass of badge radio. So, also, I drink chair the same. I was so much my friend. Now, what do I drink chair? I'm a badge radio. Number of phrases sort of 0260 196064 0260 196065. Now, also, what about radio? So, I'm a summer brony to you.
Okay. So, to say, some of the proposals are a party phone be edited by Ebina Imaka. Say, they no cry. See, MBA to recognize party members. Within the polling station, within the polling station, yes, and known within the constituency. Not even parliamentary primaries no kra omuntu bi. Not only the presidential, parliamentary no, because so ukofa obi eba, you expect the person who is a party member say obe boni campaign. So no say getting itself involved in decision making, and it becomes collective responsibility. Na mo nyina mo tiesim. From there no so I was say microphone na presidential no mun santo abanu bi. But you see, when it comes to the size, regardless of size, now be work for a political party, it will still form as electoral college. Still, obi be work outside the bracket. On be case or a party ma, the person is not captured. Because we were or the MPP, but to constituency, no, only anything politics. You know, share them funny. We just say about to do now about to about. One of the things that it may affect the political party sometimes, and yet electoral college, you know, has to do with. He said also. Honorable Jaco ma proverb be in share them. And then they say sometimes no, say party a winning power. Very soon this will begin experiencing it. Most of the party people, no, you cannot satisfy all of them. When it comes to that instance, no, some will be disgruntled. It's about to Obeka Church a party nearby, no per national service post in Powenya or per school placement in Poamaniba Wenya into Abano on to. Sa Yaudi and Ubewa Manfum. And this is 6 months in office, Bebre has started complaining, said they've been neglected. Early days in Ponuno. So you face that challenge. And the party will spending 8 years, or be feeling say, after all your call campaign, party be 8 years, on your shoes on Kotuaba, you won't get Sa Ankika compared to party now or opposition. On him said this year, dear, or Mukika Muha, on Baba winning power. Sa Ankikanu will be different because any panel expectation say, send the party a winning dia.
Okay, so hold it for me. Let me speak to this caller. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Oh, okay. Line I drop. But 0260 1960 0260 1960 0260 1960 1960 I'm a
Prof, in fact, one of the things are, regardless of electoral college, we open 900 at polling station. Edi Yanyapa, I was say, both political parties, and say, Yakotu aba Nyema, ye involved, like Nyema, ye chichema delegates, no. And no Nema, nyo new within the executive structure, no moon to abano. These are some of the challenges we face.
Okay.
Ebi ami, Makwaji fridge. Who ye party ni, Obi a MOSHE. Now, but to a dynamic be catch us say, young quiet campaign, Makwaji fridge, no, who then unyae. So, enu krabema as a party, no. Edumayano, Betty Tefri will so, and when I was a party, so I was going forward in the end. Yeah, so Castle Bear Electoral College, who pay 100 at the polling station, or be a election, he will find his way to get something for the people. They'll tell you it's TNT, and this in opposition. In Amasama, I saw it, and this even in opposition. No, they were able to give everybody, Omukrano, me and 9 at a branch. Yeah, they are 5. So almost each polling station will be fun. They are almost twice our number. But they were able to give everybody 200 as TNT.
240 cities.
What did I say? We say 200 as 40 cities. There were 200. Who went there? That is what I was saying. And parliamentary candidates on the ticket of even NDC. Me, you see NDC even respectfully. And I say I'm then because I'm using because even in opposition, they were able. No, that I've acknowledged. Say our party. Me in my constituency. That's the constituency they gave the biggest promise. My constituency. Put a half plot. So a half plot, no. There be man. Why did say a parliamentary candidate promise delegate be a half plot? A biggest promise.
Let me speak to this caller. He's been calling for some time now. Hello, good evening. Yes, sir. But what I'm in the say.
Come about you can pose on it.
Okay, me back to it.
Well, come about you. I'm about to manage my farm. I'm in to advice. Masauda. America and Headmaster MP Master James Acosta. And the American is a MPP. When possible, be a Unema Shiguru, one of women is a share. Yakwa about 2024, Nema Uncle Yamai. As I did some young class in a young share party. The last time you share Uncle Yen, pouring station, made 2 member coordinators bar, or no share we won't to have a man and you are more bet my years, Mano, or more baby, or metro about more, neither bar. Constituency near the South already, near the South National. It's a man, or more my years, man, Papa, near Kodia, and this time, you are to send me near more of beer, or more bet my years, man, Roma, with the entity at the other part, and I'm a son in Topano, ye bu e hu fi na ye di adamba miaka Kenya Form camp na jump for camp omunya MP ko ye nye 3 campaign omo mbe yin Prospective bia no ye be support na 2028 ya ba power
Mira say pass over you so also adventure they say obetimi afre 0260196064 0260196065 ima pepper say conversation we so no you have your stake now. While we are weeks, we're picking some calls, few calls before we say goodbye.
Prof,
yeah.
When you say asama yin na yakan ha say, it appears the same thing na yakan, but you use different explanations.
Okay.
Now the issue about number no, you ain't mean discounting on any day. But the truth is that there's no perfect system. System be anywhere because
SOMPA FM
from both sides. So number no be crash still na amount for beating me but an electoral college of 1,000 against electoral college of 7,000. The mood here be easy say obi be ballroom so or the sky influence. Yet Kroma 20 ahead of 2020. The biggest constituency in Ghana is it Domi Kwabinya?
Yeah, Domi Kwabinya.
Between Adjoa Sarfo and Mike Okwe Jr. Now man for Kenika.
Was that really true?
No reporting. Ebi Kwaji TV, Ebi Kwaji Blender, Ebi Kwaji say. It is because even though says our constituency ni sono, nipa to about for parliamentary candidate ni esa relatively. Minu penny can US from the point say you build party people are say economy ni good then ehun ko hia say this kabe entice amount for. That is the half truth. The other side of the truth is say uko US once you are registered say me a Republican, me a Democrat, me to me dues. Internal party election where you are involved.
All right, so let me speak to this caller. Hello, good evening. Mebacho, why na meneno Eddie and Komoi?
Because African Tamanto.
Okay, African Tamanto. Mebacho, yeti.
Yo, money at my power, ya bo mangana. Yanko ponsha no ma onyansa ne ajinka si abrene abredia.
Amen.
Kakra me pese me kan se me kan afa MPP amanyuku no. Yes, mpenfoni bebre, mpenfoni esromu bebre. Se kase chichi no. Adosu o party ni mu. Party no pe power. Party ni pe power no. Na we yakoka sei, ye beso so, we yakoka sei be yi ano no. Yes, mpenfoni omon transit kukuam. So obi a omo hu ni se ni kasa na nye no, omon tunufo. Na obi ensem nyina man ya wo interview no pene ja ko interview no kasa pa na tamo aka say ubo bi di say o say ono le say anko mon ko yi flag barriers na nsa o man ko yi flag barriers nsa no man ko yi empenfo no papa no eyi ema wo emwai bi say o say do be kasa no o the word bi share on mo o
say nonsense.
Thank you. Na me pese meka o se no ntwa yie se o kasa they say what do na wo chin to what do na wo che na se obi so direct na kasa wo so adwene e nonsense ade na abeto no no obi e che na dwe enti oni pa na dwe no wa kire mpenfo no betra se na mo nyina mo chechem oh baby ano no be continue say majority and minority enti baby adodo na no be ko no woni yenye ni say yenye mpenfo na nsa na ye fragber na se de obi di kaka no dodo na ko talent na be gina radio so adom utie wo na ka say e nonsense ya anka say ye sa no mo ye ma still a party no enta wanta wo no they say do ka say nonsense no na to no so ko ka say bi ba bi na to no so etia na to no so ka say so nonsense e be de na kam mo bo party no o mo ye sere o mbebre wo mo hwe kasa ni ye that in church I think twa na o mo ye na we ka say tia na say obi be ko awon ko ne ade no eno na ma MPP opposition NDC ye do mo pekire a wo mo ta MPP for na wo mo nti ase no so mo nya nkabo mu na wo mo ka mo go mu na bibia timi ko ye obi na ne kasa na ne ni e bi fata empen ko mo ne kasa na nkabo mu la uni akasa no ya ni pandos me kwa mo bia ba ne nyam nya adwuma
Mera se passa ba jwedi ro so wo so adwin chire pa re saying 0260 196064 0260 196064 0260 196065 winning numbers I'll be to your phrases so let's engage this call.
Hello.
Hello, Bacho Winey.
Prof.
Yeah, Bacho Winey.
Hello?
Hello, Bibacho, Meteon Count. Kasa.
Yeah, Prof.
Yeah, Bibacho, 1 minute, Kasa.
I hope that Bibia come.
Bibia.
The Bibia come out there, that's a few hours. Prof.
Yes.
Yedika, Mamma Pakunya Casina Mencia on a tampon. Bibia, nomination, Oba, Abitu Franca. I mean, Prof, where I can pay you.
You Bacho, it's you.
Can't want to. Namentia just to go from Paul. And Mandela, Oba Greater Accra, youth organizer. And also by Assistant Secretary Greater Accra. Minia, you're in 24. Said bar opposition. It was to be our bar, Ayara and Tawantawa, any other. Your best friend. Let me a Kasa, say, in Kabum. Na the NDC for AC John Mama and call for a woman. You so you have to play. No way to say, it's no way to say, the other day, yes, you say about. You were Memoha, and you see Opuriata. I had the Ben, young company, Milan, and Fire Cusine, and something when I. And then last week, too, because on my penny or to Sonata boy. I have promised Sarif for tonight. Just if you or Yan Wagana, I was Jim Yagaze, what's the arena? I was in Joshua, way back Ghana. I had a Ghana for Yan Curry, Apala, Onya, Dumanda, when you are 30 years. Oh, and the restaurant. Bro, I'm not for Chabonu, and then the back you say, and then on your Dumanda, and your Papa Joshua, what's the London, and the Napagana, you can't cut any other idea of what's happening as one died. Oh, and so as a show for more than a one carry.
Akafia, meaning network because that's a wood delay power.
Because
Akafia, my father, what is it? Medase. Ya Breno, ya Biarasa, Yebeko. But I'm saying call it okay, I drop. But you can call us right now 0260 196064 0260 196065. But you mo use multi TV a mo di tie no. Some free a course no enkomo na be delay kakra. Enti ana ma hye no so dia mame. Hello, good evening. Hello.
SOMPA FM.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Me bacho 1 minute ka say.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Boss, mbacho tenga.
Me bacho beti unka pa.
Hello.
Me bacho beti unka pa.
Hello.
Beti unka pa.
Motum bacho ya Dennis yo kaswa.
Ya Dennis kaswa be pacho ye tie why?
Motum kasa.
Kasa be pacho be tie ya Dennis.
Yo motum bacho maso ma me kan say. Be pacho me chia oba tampa hawa kumsin. Oba wo ba organizer. Dr. Sawa Japan. Zoom la yo pani pano boj ma pa. Ana yina ye urabra champo. Yangu ponshana pa. Bottom bacho, no bad video no. Asamo beka no mania anya wokura. And the next say na da okoma. Onu kasa pa ne mum ni bunafu. Next friend say I okay nonsense to radio national radio so. Me pa cho anya kura me
Medase.
Politics na ye no kasa timi do bofom. Kasa timi do kosoro. And the original Bibia, I am an imitating Monka, Monkas, and Ganian MP to Fonka and move. Get him make it.
But I think we'll pick the last caller now. Your friend Abaye. I was SOMPA 106.5 FM. 0260-196064, 0260-196065. Yabɛfa last caller na yɛde afrɛ ɛde Abaye ɛwɔ ha. Yɛnhyɛ no nso sɛ yɛwɔ nnwumaku a wɔn aso yɛ asene a yɛde show yi ɛde ɛbrɛ mo. Ɛyɛ Hajia special foods. Ɛhɔ na akɔ a ɔbɛnya aduane papapa ato adi. Ba ma nhwɛ ɛyɛ caller we. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Mebacho wana menene kasa yi.
We are Yeboah Richard.
Yeboah Richard, what about Pacho eti why?
Yo, me kase fi Accra Central.
O kase fi Accra Central, me Pacho eti o.
SOMPA FM.
Yo, kakra me pese me ka ekire eula o mampeni Mahama eni se. Sa amemu na ogbon. O man no ana atu aba eyi no. Ye send bible ni me bi koso o man ni mu a enye. Eula kufuado a time no. What the free SHS by Senkwala and Karidu say and Kwala Papotro exams, no, Yenya Colebia registration fee, or buy no, what's it there be? Answer over Banosi free the own financing and Jula Mahama buy the first year, I think, work 6 months, I am Kwala Potrono, what Saturday registration fee. I'm not paying Senkwala baby, no, Samienza. Oma ufu enye bi entry ana yesin le anka sesa plan ko tunu se ebi asese wo bi DSS obeto aso wo hanmo no hwese oyama apara na antro yesre ura mahama enye NDC fo enko anti no obaaye obama oman ni nyina de ne ma bi nkoyi ne nkoyi a eye yeso a resting government media mi hu ni sa one city now where you have to recent government there and no and if you or TU who say basa so a listening government there you send me a school for no while no be school what you musicano yes no you look for time no not what the man so I say up a second and maybe a school na gan and maybe a mupi said the bear man your former dad war and then it starts say a baby the whole ND practice they did not take a cat and a neck for age so near son who's soon say I be a school Ghana for Yajumopia. Papa penny waiting my cat and went to Ghana when I'm saying who's going to a baby are no more that yes, Rira, Mahama, Amani, and Yadia.
That's a pass over you, so. Abusha for Bacho Yabutrami. Yeah, Baba, sorry, a Jumedino, so. But I may be brow or stream Facebook. Me Nimson who can you? Me the minimum, but order a Facebook war. Yenyarin yes, ene eye na woda o Kumasi ono ehwe show ni bi na ochira show yi neni je ho pa. So today it's her birthday. But who say Amasama Bruni or hwe ni ye too much. Your friend Beatrice who of a ye pa ene eye na woda you know and I say your friend Ohima Rebecca. Me pacho. Nipa the picture na buy na your friend Beatrice. Ono ewu Kumasi. But about the screen no so your friend Rebecca. Ohima. Happy birthday to you. I wish you good health, prosperity, long life. And I pray that me your finger na ring biancho. You get a good husband to man you someday to come. These are my wishes for you. Brody, what's a bit to echo?
Me share semienu.
But I didn't send you.
Quick one, yes.
It's a quick one.
Within
yeah,
quick one.
What,
Has to do with say yes, stress on my penny John Mama. Wama a Crawford echo round. Head count for teachers and nurses in Sanya to verify their certificates in Sanya. Me patcho on yes money appointees in a fake degrees you know.
Oh, you massa.
Oh, but it's out there. Every day GTech
is coming out.
It's coming out.
But also some of the positions are honoraries. Well,
no, so you state it. So you state it.
You have to state honorary, degree that has been
how many of them have been
awarded?
Computer.
But they don't come and say, but also the Agitech for Nancy
Prof,
because they want to come at me. And Tibakacho say, they say me di no ya.
Prof in quotes.
Prof in quotes. Median Kobla Abochi, aka Prof.
Prof. Mommy land the Prof. I'm on 40. One dealing with me fairly. Me cast yes. No, I'm on 40. One landy, yes, I know. Mommy landy.
Maminko Facebook, Maminka message, you know. I'm a summer broody, Maminka message. And that's what got me the abba. Because, but it is nice. Anytime you're on air, this particular person follows you. I don't know who party.
SOMPA FM. Emmy.
I believe it should be Emilia Edu.
Okay.
God bless you, Amasama Bruni.
Wow.
Otin Ampofo Johnson says, doing a good job, bro. Thank you. And so these are the messages. Emilia Emilia Edu.
Prof.
Charlie, sum me up.
So me the mestre said on my rounds civil servants and public servants their appointees to be a good anymore with fake PhD mestre. Number 2, my flyer be say share some of the ministers and we discuss.
The next time we'll discuss it. It was not it was on plan, but they had news item. That's it.
But the people of Insakina see me ba minka want more on the light of near too much in Sakina, I know Ufa Ablekuma Kef as if so for Joma.
Obviously light of near too much. But that's it. Quick one.
I think say discussing MPP internal issues and implications for NDC. Okay, say be me the past say MPP assembly your mind Ghana assembly.
Yeah.
NDC assembly your mind Ghana because that democracy now you practice.